Strolls into an open punt road goal.
Beards peeling back. Armfield instead. He fooled everyone. He went to the third option. Goal.
55 metres out. Kicks a long ball in. Armfield will mark directly in front.
Armfield gathers and goes. Runs to 40. Tough angle. Spears it towards goal. That's a ripper.
Joseph, he hand passes to Armfield. Gave it to Murphy. Back to Armfield. This will be a great team goal.
Having a pretty good year is Dennis Armfield, the Blues midfielder, joins us on the line. Welcome to you, Dennis. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
That's great to have you. Jake Niall from The Age is also with me. I'll let him actually kick it off. He's all yours,
You've just signed a 2-year deal. Dennis, was it ever in doubt?
No, look, I'm happy at Carlton and I definitely want to stay there. So, no, I was never in doubt.
And Mick Malthouse, just give us your impressions of him as the new coach.
Oh, look, he gets the best out of the players, I guess. You know, he's all about, like I said, getting the best out of every individual and playing them in certain spots, and I think he's doing that this year.
Your role a bit different under Mick, I can see.
Yeah, a bit different. You know, I still sort of play a bit of the forward role, but, yeah, can swing a bit everywhere and still, you know, try to do a bit of a shutdown role if needed be.
You're a code changer as well, aren't you, Dennis? You played a number of different sports as a kid, and I think you played rugby for a while.
Yeah, played rugby up until about 17 and then made the switch to football then, yeah.
And why did you make the change? I know you're in WA, which is more of a AFL town than a rugby town, and you didn't necessarily play the popular sport over there. Was that the only reason?
No, the actual main reason was my father got a job as in a different work and couldn't drive me to training, so
okay.
I was always into sport. So, yeah, I just went and joined the local footy club that was a bit closer.
Any regrets?
No regrets at all. Obviously not. I'm pretty lucky where I am at the moment. But look, when I'm getting older, you never know. I might go back and have a bit of a run around in rugby.
What have you found hardest? I mean, I just kicking is often difficult, or decision making. What's been the part of the game that you found hardest to adapt to?
Oh, yeah, probably just more the decision making and probably the knowledge of the game. I know that sounds silly, but like, you know, with rugby, you always knew you were just getting tackled from in front, or you're either running away from behind you. So whereas in football, you can get hit from the 360 degrees. So, and probably the size of the field, you know, it's so much bigger, and you find yourself sometimes playing on the opposite wing to the ball in football, whereas in rugby, at least you're always involved.
Now, you got the Giants this week. Now, down the bottom of the ladder, what do you do? What has Mick been doing to sort of be at you to make sure that the guys aren't jumped and they're motivated for the game?
Oh, look, every game's important for us, you know. In saying that, GWS have come off a big loss and they'll be definitely hungry, and they've got some really good young players, you know, and the likes of Scully and that and Cameron up forward. So, look, we can't take our foot off it, and I'm pretty sure, you know, we're not taking this one lightly at all. We've got to knuckle down and make sure we get this win.
There was a bit of attention on Jared Waite when he was suspended and he was fined, punished by the leadership group. How did you feel about that as a player when Jared was out? Did you feel he'd let everyone down? What was your view on that?
Oh, personally, you know, we definitely let down. Jared's a key part to our side, and you know, he's one of our leading forwards. So you always want him out there. So on an individual thing, you know, you sort of understand that Jared, he loves to show a lot of passion, and sometimes that can get caught up, you know, and he's doing his things to control that now, and obviously he's stringing a few games together, which is good. It's better to have him out there than not out there.
Where are Carlton got to prove, Dennis, they're not at the top four sort of level yet. Well, what's the difference between a top four side, such as Sydney or Hawthorn, and the Blues?
Oh, probably just our lapses, you know. We're having these 5 or 6 minute lapses where teams are either scoring heavily or we're just doing silly things, I'd say, and it's costing us in moments of games, you know. You look at us in rounds 1, 2 and 3, we're right in the game at certain parts of the game, and then we just have a little lapse at a certain part and sides get away from us or catch us or things like this, you know. Even against Brisbane, we were in a 30-point lead or something, and then we let up and they caught up. So, you know, these are probably the areas where we've just got to, you know, when we're playing our good footy and we're hard at it and we're contested ball and all that, you know, we're running it with the best of them. But then when we slacken off, then that's what's killing us.
Saw an article by Darren Jolly today in The Age. You might not have read it, but he's a little upset with the state of the game, reckons we're heading in the right direction, and yet TV audiences are up. They believe the game, the amount of people going to the games tells us that the game is in better shape than it's ever been. The salary cap keeps growing. It's going to be roughly $10.5 million next year when it goes up by another 5%. Do you believe the game's heading down a wrong track, or do you think it's actually in a perfect place at the moment?
Oh, look, I'm sort of one that, you don't really want to touch it as much as, why fix something that's not broke? So, look, the game's, very fast. It's great to watch. Luckily I'm playing it and not in the grandstands. But, yeah, look, it's still going down the right path. We're all about protecting players and, we don't want to see any stupid or unnecessary injury. So I can understand with that. So, yeah, look, you don't want to see too many changes, but you also want to see the players protected, I guess.
Just on that, Dwayne, and to Dennis, do you find Darren Jolly said that there's a bit of confusion among players as they approach the ball about what they can and can't do? Do you feel that?
Oh, there's definitely still confusion. There's both players and umpires. We're all learning sort of, we're all still learning, and we're still learning the new rules and the new things. And a few times things are called, and a few times things aren't called. We're all going to make mistakes, and yeah, there's definitely a bit of confusion, but that's definitely getting ironed out. New rules have come in this year, and we're only really 8 weeks in, or 9 weeks in, and we're going into a 10th. So, those things are slowly creeping out of the game, which is good to see.
Dennis, great to have you. We appreciate your time. You're a delight to watch, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Beautiful. Thanks for having me, guys.
Dennis Armfield, Blues midfielder, and I mentioned everything's up. Membership's up as well, although Carlton want the 50,000 number, and you can join by calling 1300 Carlton. That's 1300 Carlton, or www.imcarlton, all the one word, .com.au.